You know, the spring season has actually been pretty alright. I mean, considering how relatively empty it looked at the beginning of the season, there's been a surprising amount of highlights. At least I think so. I'm a positive person like that. From the looks of the summer season, going through the charts and everything, it looks like it's going to be way more packed than the spring, which means there's a lot of anime to watch. Well, that's great. Great for me. Let's look at everything that's coming out this coming season. Sequels and spin-offs. The strongest level 5 in Academy City, Accelerator, has his hospital stay interrupted by a mysterious woman carrying a photo of Last Order. Is she a friend or foe? And what does she want anyway? This spin-off of a certain magical index follows Accelerator, and as such, you should probably watch at least the first season of Index before this, so you have a little bit of an idea what's going on. The boys back in town! Well, not really, it's not town, it's a school. They are back to do more music-related shenanigans. Probably there will also be singing. The games of teasing have returned. Will Nishikata ever get one over on Takagi? How many times will he blush because of her? I'm willing to bet it's a lot. If I'm being honest, it's probably going to be a very high number. There is only one way to find out though, and that's by watching this show. The 5th season of SYMPHOGEAR will follow on from the 4th. Obviously, that's just how numbers work. The series follows a girl who uses her magical song power, which is called a SYMPHOGEAR by the way, it's like a mech suit or something, to save the world. Chances are, if you're interested in this series, you probably already know more than I do. It is on the 5th season after all. Fun fact, this is actually a part of the Fate series, so be prepared to start drawing your conspiracy lines. This series follows Wave of Velvet after the events of Fate Zero. He is now known as Lord MELLOLII'S II, and the series follows him and his apprentices as he tries to win a castle in a game of wits against other familiar faces from the Fate series. There's actually an episode 0 on Crunchyroll right now, so you can give that a look and see if this is going to be worth your time. Our favourite adventurers are back for another season of dungeon crawling action. Once again, Bell is being targeted by other deities on top of everything else he has to deal with, like his harem and his harem. Poor guy, just can't catch a break. He just wants to pick up girls in a dungeon. Is that so wrong? It's time for all the new series. Humans start spontaneously combusting and turning into creatures called infernals. Later incarnations of these creatures can manipulate fire while also remaining looking human. Some of these join the fire force where they fight the bad infernals. It's literally fighting fire with fire. So a girl likes eating, so she joins a gym to, lose weight, lose a few pounds. At that gym, she meets a friend who, unbeknownst to her, has an ulterior motive for joining that particular gym. This anime takes place at an all-boys private school. This school in particular trains male idols. A guy gets a pair of panties with his love letter. He then starts Sherlock Holmesing about to try and figure out who it was that sent the letter, and more importantly, the panties. Unfortunately though, all the girls he narrows it down to are, let's say, a little unorthodox. There's a class of students on a school trip to space. While there, they get engulfed by a white light, which transports them many moons away from where they should be, while they then discover an unmanned spaceship which they can then use to get back home once they, repair it and get supplies and other survival things. The girls from a literature club, not that one, try to get to know each other better. One asks, what's one thing you want to do before you die? The answer she got for that question? Sex. This one word pushes all the girls forward on the path to adulthood. A guy hears another guy singing and then is unable to think of anything but him. It's Boys Glove if you're into that. Magic has disappeared from the world. A normal high school girl learns about the lost magic and the truth of the world after meeting another girl on a full moon night. During a civil war, some sacred beasts were created. Now that the war is over, the beasts must learn to exist in a peaceful society or get hunted down. A girl who became a hunter learns about the lives of the beasts and what they must go through. This is the story of the ridiculous days of 3 high school girls and their friends. 3 demon humans live in a city, blending in with the other regular humans as they go about their daily lives. Despite not being human themselves, they protect the humans from the evil. The series will follow historical Japanese warlord Nobunaga and his early life, including his rivalry with his brother. A girl wakes up to find that now she has demon power. She has to defeat the local magical girl, but can't because she's actually, despite having demon power, very, very weak. After that, they start hanging out and helping each other. A guy lost his love for rugby because his body did not grow physically. He regains his love after meeting someone who is really good at it. There's a girl who wants to win a middle school idol competition. A Viking kid's dad gets killed by a mercenary. He then joins said mercenary group in order to get his revenge. In the middle of all this, they get caught smack in the middle of the war for England. Let's break this up with some shorts. 4 girls are stranded on a deserted island after surviving a plane crash. Each episode will tell a different story in the Kamishibai format. If you don't know what that is, then Google it. That's what I had to do. The stories probably also involve ghosts. Gundam Liu Bei meets Gundam Guan Yu and Gundam Zhang Fei and decide to save the world. So basically it's like Gundam Dynasty Warriors, but not actually because that already exists. But you get what I'm saying. Main character has to join a club, and so he stumbles upon his senpai doing magic tricks. She has stage fright, so now that he's watching, the tricks constantly go awry. This series is about a food fairy going about her day and solving problems for the other food fairies. Now that the shorts are done, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So a guy gets isekai'd into another world with his whole class from school. They don't like him very much anyway, and this is only made worse when they all get super cool job classes and he has an average job class and mediocre stats. A skilled adventurer called Dale finds a small demon child in the forest and then decides to take care of her. Her name is Latina, and she is adorable, and he quite likes being a dad. A magic knight from another world joins a detective from ours in solving crimes in a city full of residents from both of the worlds. A bunch of game streamers get kidnapped and taken to a mysterious place. Their new teacher is a llama-headed thing, and he forces them to play a game. It's probably not a fun game. For them anyway. A guy gets isekai'd to another world. As a big gamer, he wants to show off his mad skills, which proves to be quite difficult, as his mum is tagged along with him, and he's really OP. Also, apparently the government is involved in doing the isekai'ing, so that's pretty rad. So a guy gets isekai'd into a game world where he meets Rem and Ram's long-lost one-legged sister, and they go on adventures together. He's also a Dark Lord, so everybody tries to take him out. So a guy and his friend get isekai'd to another world where they are both really good at doing magic. I've never heard of that before. One day, all of humanity is bathed in a white light. All who are touched by that light were turned to stone. 1,000 years later, our main character breaks free of his stone prison and decides to start rebuilding civilization. So that's everything for the summer 2019 anime season. Thank you very much for watching. I have a review channel if you want to watch me talk about these shows that have been mentioned today. Head over there to see what I'm watching. There's a link in the featured channels bit on my channel page. Thank you everyone once again for watching. Subscribe and stuff for more videos. I don't know how frequent they'll be on this channel, but hopefully everything works out. Thumbs up. There will be links to all these shows as they become available in the description below. I'll update it as soon as it becomes available. So thank you for watching, and bye guys.